It is 6:30 p.m. and I call this meeting to order. This time we're going to item number 2, which is roll call, establishing a quorum. At this time, everyone is present in the boardroom, in the auditorium. So announcement, at 2 announcement of this meeting of the Alice Independent School District has been duly called, and the notice of this meeting has been posted in accordance with Texas Opens Meeting Act, section 551.043 of the Texas Government Code. Item number 3, pledge to the United States flag, Texas flag, and element silence.
This evening we have Ricky Peña, second grade student, son of Ricky and Miranda Peña, and Nolan Brunston, also a second grade student, son of Brian and Ashley Brunston, who will be leading us in our pledges. They're both from Science Elementary.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I honor the Texas flag of the Republic of Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
So we're going to be moving on to item number 4, which is recommended approval of the minutes. But we have motion by Mr. Aviano, is there a second? Second by Mr. Peña. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. So as board president, I'm allowed to go ahead and move the items on the agenda around, and since we have a large amount of students that are going to be recognized tonight, we're going to go ahead and move on to the recognitions and also the staff. And then we will come back to the public comments.
So good evening, everyone. Thank you all for being here this evening. Today we will be recognizing the swim team regional and state qualifiers, so I invite Coach Castellanos to the podium.
Good evening, board, Dr. Levine, community of Alice. Thank you for being here to recognize a special group of kids, a special group of student athletes that have put in a lot of work this season. I was looking at a lot of our sports from August all the way through now, and swim is the only sport that has gone for 6 months. They started early in September and they ended middle of February, which is probably the longest sport that we have. So kudos to these kids and kudos to these coaches for putting in a lot of hard work and dedication. This year we had 12 kids qualify for the regional swim meet, and in those 12 kids we had 10 qualify for the state swim meet. So this time we're going to bring up our 2 head coaches, Savannah Alpiner, who's our boys head swim coach, and Coach Shane Davis, who's our girls swim coach.
President, thank you guys for coming out. As we get this certificate, I'll say a little something afterwards. But for now, we will do the state, regional and state qualifiers. So you have Ezekiel Martinez. qualifier, Katie Pacheco. Our state and regional qualifiers, Xander Ibarra. State and regional qualifier, Asher Springs. Our two-time state qualifier, regional qualifier, Jason Molina. State and regional qualifier, Nicholas De Leon. State and regional qualifier, Georgia Salinas. State and regional qualifier, Weston McIntyre. State and regional qualifier, Jay Garcia. State and regional qualifier, Daniela Tunches. State and regional qualifier, Caitlin Rubio. State and regional qualifier, Emily Rubio. And just a few words, big congratulations to these kids. 6 months is a long time for a season. We went early mornings, we went afternoons, we split with the baseball team, we split with the soccer team, the shredder team, now the track team, the band. Guys, these students have been in multiple leagues at multiple times through multiple sports since our season is so long. This is our second year as a 4A. We usually do some of the 5A, but we do have our own now, so we've been making our mark. But we are not ready to go to 5A next year. But we have a young team. We have 4 seniors graduating. Our sophomores, which are going to be a lot of our two-time state qualifier sophomores, which is 4 of them. So they're ready to return back, put in the work again throughout the summer, come back in August, get ready in September. So it's a year-round thing for them, as summer swims already starting up just around the corner. So congratulations, guys. Take it all in. Our seniors, congratulations. You have a lot to look forward to. Moving on.
Just real quick, I think people are, you guys, y'all are awesome. Like, I know it's been both sorts of years and y'all probably would have heard, a couple of times, but like, oh, there's 7, okay. But it's all worth it, guys. Y'all are amazing, and I love you guys, you're awesome.
Congratulations again, and the bar has been set. Now we will have recognition of the WAM's eSports state and national qualifiers. This is being presented by Mr. Luis Tavares.
evening, Dr. Trevino, and members of the board and parents. Today we gather here to celebrate not just an achievement, but an embodiment of passion, dedication, and teamwork. As we present these certificates, we honor the remarkable accomplishment of our esports teams in the national and Texas esports tournament. To our Valor team, securing a 4th place in state, your skill and determination has set a high standard for excellence. Your resilience in the face of challenges is commendable and serves as an inspiration to us all. Our 4th team, claiming 2nd place in the state, your strategic prominence and adaptability has made us proud. Your ability to navigate an ever-changing landscape of the game demonstrates your exceptional talent and commitment. And to our Apex Legend team, achieving 2nd place in the national competition, your performance on the national stage has garnered well-deserved recognition. Your coordination and synergy as a team has evaluated you to the forefront of competition esports. But last but certainly not least, our Overwatch 2 crowned as National Middle School Esports Champions. Your victory is a testament to your hard work and collaboration. Your achievement not only brings glory to our school, but also inspires the next generation of enthusiasts. So now I'm going to list the names of the individuals that competed in these competitions. We have Aiden Gray, who's not here today. We have Lance Hobbs. Overwatch 2 team. We have Jason Santos, he's also not here. Christopher Ortiz. Joe Woodward. I do apologize, all of our teammates didn't make it today. Joe Daniel Trevino. We have Benjamin Pender. Joshua Young, he plays in our 1st place national for Overwatch 2 and Overwatch. We have Isaiah Rivada, 1st place national at Overwatch, 2nd place national Apex, and 4th place state Valorant. We also have Orlando Santos, who's fortunate not here today. Jason Gonzalez. Joe Briggs, Jason Cardona, and Dante Rosales. To all the athletes, coaches, skates, and million personnel involved, your dedication and passion have propelled us to a successful fall season. Your perseverance in the face of challenges and unwavering commitment to excellence have made this journey truly remarkable. As we celebrate today, let us remember the success is not just about the destination, but also about the journey. Let this moment be a reminder of what we can achieve and what can come together as a team, united in purpose and driven by a shared vision of purposeful play. Congratulations once again to all the esports players and staff. Your achievement will be forever etched in the annals of our school history. Thank you for your hard work, your dedication, and your unwavering commitment to excellence. Thank you, everyone.
Members of the board, now we have recognition of K through 5th grade students who placed at the Coastal Bend Regional Science Fair, and we have Ms. Lori Ledma doing those recognitions.
Good evening, board members, Dr. Trevino, audience members. On Saturday, February 10th, we had a total of 19 students in grades kindergarten through 5th grade that competed in the Coastal Bend Regional Elementary Science Fair after participating in campus and district fairs previously. We had a total of 7 students that placed at the regional level, and they were competing amongst 250 other competitors from across the Coastal Bend. Congratulations to all of our students who competed. Thank you to our parents for your continued support, and thank you to our campus science fair coordinators for your work in ensuring that our students were well prepared for competition. As I call your name, please come forward. In kindergarten, in the chemistry category, we have a 3rd place finish for Evelyn Martin from Shower Elementary. Also in kindergarten, competing in the physics and mathematics category, we had a 1st place winner from Newman Elementary, Nayeli Thomas. In 1st grade, competing in the chemistry category, we had a 3rd place finisher from also from Newman Elementary, Lorenzo Solis. We have a 3rd grader from Science Elementary who competed in the engineering and technology category, finishing 3rd place, Jackson Harris. And competing in 5th grade, we had a team, or a group, competing in the physics and mathematics category. They received 3rd place from Shallow Elementary, Kylie Cruz, Mila Sanchez, Mary Holden Fontanet. Again, congratulations to our students for your competitiveness, and you guys did a fantastic job this year.
Ms. Ledler will continue her presentations as we recognize our Alice ISD counselors.
The week of February 5th through the 9th, we recognize our Alice ISD counselors during National School Counselors Week. Our counselors wear many hats and always go above and beyond when called upon. Most importantly, though, they assist our students in areas related to social emotional learning and academic endeavors, with an emphasis in helping students achieve school success and planning for their careers. And if I may, please come up. From Alice High School, Brenda Barrera, Ana Salazar, Michael Cruz, Melissa Alon, and Julia Rosa. From William Adams, Shannon Ramon, Marjorie Loya, and Marie Bronstein. From Duos Elementary, Edna Isadilla. From Newton Elementary, Rosario Canales. From Science Elementary, Carmelo Ramos. And from Charlotte Elementary, Hope Ramos. Again, ladies, thank you so much for your dedication to our students, to our staff, to our community. Your work does not go unnoticed.
Next, we invite Dr. Mendieta to the podium, members of the board, to recognize our educational diagnosticians who were recently also recognized the week of spring break, I believe, or before spring break.
Yes, good evening. So March the 3rd and 9th was Educational Diagnostician Week in the state of Texas. Educational diagnosticians under review to advance training and use specialized tests to diagnose learning disabilities in students. With research and best practices, these professionals help teachers provide educational skills on which Texas children can build a lifetime of success. At this time, we want to recognize AISD's educational diagnosticians for all their hard work and dedication. We'd like to start with Francisco Estrada. Selena Nagenda. And Rebecca Brown.
Members of the board, we will now invite Dr. Nadia Moreno to the podium to recognize our social workers for their contributions to Alice ISD.
Good evening, everyone. March is National Social Work Month, and tonight we would like to highlight our AISD school social workers. These professionals, they play a pivotal role in enhancing the well-being and success of students across the district. They work countless hours, working with mental health, crisis intervention, and doing home visits to help our students who are in need. Please help me recognize our school social workers. I'm going to begin with Moses Maldonado. He's at Alice High School. Ms. Leonette Ramos, she's also at Alice High School. From William Adams, we have Angel Espinosa. Also from William Adams, we have Fabiola Garcia, who's not here with us tonight. Over at Dubois, we have Miss Natalie Colquitt. Over at Shallard, we have Miss Amber Garcia. And not with us tonight is Olga Suazo. She is over at Noonan. And we also have Miss Virginia Sanchez over at Science Elementary.
We now invite Mr. Danny Dixon to the podium to recognize Alice High School students earning 7th place at the UIL Spirit State Championship.
Members of the board, parents, students, cheerleaders. Well, there's a subject I don't talk much about, but I'm continuously amazed by the level of athleticism exhibited by the team, and that only happens for essentially one real reason, and that's the coaching behind it. So I'd like to introduce Lisa Cisneros and Jessica Kemp to the coaches to talk a little bit about the team.
Thank you, Mr. Dixon. Good evening. I'm Lisa Cisneros, the coaches along with Jessica Kemp. We just would like to recognize our team's effort and all their hard work and dedication to actually the district. They perform multiple events across the district, and they work hard all year long. You may not know this, but cheer is a year-round sport. They perform at football games, basketball games, they will be attending softball, baseball. So they're everywhere. We also do community events, and we have multi-athletes as well, just like swim. So we are cross-training pretty much all year, most of them. And it starts in the spring. So we've already begun again for next year, but with this team, we started last year in the spring. They went through summer workouts with myself, we love it. So it is rigorous. Each year is a lot of commitment, time, dedication, physical, like Mr. Dixon says, athleticism. So we're going to go ahead and bring them up one by one. We're going to present them their certificates and we'll fill you in on their accomplishments as they appear at the state meeting and how they place. So first up, we have Coco Mozanais. Not present, she was offered. Regan Olivares. Madison Pacheco. Tiffany Asensio. Brianna Hernandez. Alyssa Romas. Troy Romas. Leandra Rodriguez. Fernanda Solano. Daniel Solis, who is not with us. Jose Barza. Cameron Tillman. Nazaria Unuya, who's not with us. Emily Valdez. Emily White, soccer. Isabella Vasquez. Yay, sorry. Isabella Vasquez. Michaela Aldama. Jade Benavides. David Rolando. Rolando Ferreira. next to another one who's not with us. Oh, Jeanette is here. Sorry. Brooke Castillo is not with us in the softball. Sophia Lopez. Daniel Cruz. Noah Donovan is not with us. Amy Taiwan is not with us. Leanna Garcia. Natalie Garcia. Damon Bowman. Teresa Gonzalez is not with us. Lexi Hernandez. Serenity Hernandez. Jamie Ramos is not with us. She was honored. Teresa Ramboya. And Leanna.
All right, so let's talk about a little bit about how this team actually performed at the state level. Like Coach said, there's a lot of work behind the scenes. This is our 4th year competing at the state EYL Spirit Championship, and it is our 3rd year being state ranked, and it is also the year that we have ranked the highest in the state. We competed at the EYL Spirit State Championship on January 5th in the Class 4 D1 division. We competed against 54 teams from across the state in the same division. In 3 events, we placed 4th in Bantam, 4th in Crowley, and 22nd in Pipesong. This allowed us to compete in the finals round. We entered prelims sitting at 10th place, and we were allowed to compete for a 2nd time. In finals, we placed 10th in the Bantam and Pipesong category, and 4th in Crowley and Sideline. We improved our position from 10th place and finished 7th in the state, which qualified us to be labeled as the state-ranked cheer team in the state of Texas. The hard work and dedication it takes to be a part of this program is not going unnoticed, and this team is definitely something special. They continue to strive for greatness and are definitely moving towards even greater things. Congratulations again.
Nixon continues recognizing our fine arts students who earned a place in the Association of Texas Small School Band Region Mariachi Ensemble.
Another program in fine arts that we're very excited about. We're excited about the future. We're excited about what's coming down the road next. And we're very happy with what's been going on there. I'd like to introduce Mr. Juan Gonzalez, the director.
Hello, thank you, everyone. Hello, my name is Juan Gonzalez, and I would like to introduce our very talented Mariachi students who replaced at the Audition Mariachi auditions in December, and they took place in the Audition concert in January. So as I call their names, please give them a warm welcome, a warm applause. Alyssa Arellano, José Villanueva. Noah Rosenbaum. Enrique García Lofoy. Gabriel Ramos II. Isaiah Pies. Eduardo Hernández López. Danielle Mallett. Nicholas Garcia. Valeria González. Joshua Garcia. And Alexis Farias.
Mr. Dixon, you're back on the podium, recognizing our fine art students for earning a place in the Association of Texas Small School Bands Regional, or Region Band.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. The region band auditions are the first round of auditions for the all-state process. And so to advance, they have to earn a certain chair, and then they're allowed to hold with the ensemble. And then they score high enough, they're able to go to the next round. And these students make it through the first round. And then also, I would like to introduce to you Mr. Amanda Willis and staff. Mr. Hackett.
Dr. Domingo, Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Pettis, the President, Board of Trustees, thank you for letting me speak on behalf of the Assessment for Joint Finance. The students are going to recognize today early chair of the ATSSB All-Region Band back in early December. We took about 65 high school band students, and we had 38 students early chairing the All-Region Band. So I invite any students, please come up and accept your certificate. Iris Cannon. Emma Classes, Caleb Flores, Lina Garza, Jaime Garza, Kayla Ruiz, Matthew Gonzalez, Alexis Gonzalez, Rebecca Gonzalez, Alberto Martinez, Sochi Henry, Austin Perez, Benjamin Riley, Brianna Ramirez, Emily Guerrero, Emma Rodriguez, Megan Saludos, Charles Sanchez, Dylan Sanchez, Gabriel Santarani, Ethan Gutierrez, Tiffany Kim, Jesus Lopez, Abigail Lopez, Abigail Silva, Michael Torres, as many of you are here tonight, these are all region band students. These next set of students are part of the All Region Band. They advanced to the area round chapter on January 6th here in Alice, Texas, and they were vying for a chair in the All-State Band. So they are Region Band kids, but they also are area state qualifiers. We have Tyler Gonzalez, we have Brenda Rios, Daniel Gonzalez, Catherine Salinas, Isabella Young, Jalen I would like to recognize one student I saw that made the All Region Band, Alyssa Allen, on flute. Now, the next two students were All Region Band students and area students, and in this process of a region band, there's 10,000 students on mission across the Cape, Texas. Only 286 can advance to the All-State Band. Alice had me all that fun. We have some more there. We have some more Region Band students. I'm sorry for this history we have of JoJo Villanueva on July. Small, very low, and you can see a board of professionals. My apologies. And I was mentioning that 286 students advanced to the All-State Band, and we had 2 from Alex High School. First, earning the 5th chair on 10 seconds with the All-State Band, Aaron. And earning 10th chair on trumpet, Lucas Weller. I'd like to thank the following people. Mr. Stephen Garcia, Mr. Christian Rodriguez, Ms. Jessica Rodriguez, Ms. Deborah Chapa, Mr. Joe Romero, Mrs. Christina Cardenas Villegas, Mrs. Joe Pepper, Mr. Earl Orlanza, Mrs. Tania Torres, Mrs. Alicia Lozano, our high school administration, our superintendent of schools, and our school board. Thank you so very much for everything you do for our kids in our high school. Thank you.
Mr. President, members of the board, that concludes the student and staff recognitions this evening.
Okay, we're going to move on back to item number 5 of the agenda, which is the public comment. Audience participation of the board meeting is limited to the portion of the meeting designated to receive public comment in accordance with board policy BED local. At all other times during the board meeting, the audience shall not enter into discussion or debate on matters being considered by the board unless requested by the presiding officer. If the speaker is speaking board resolution of specific complaint, the concern should be addressed in the district grievance policy. At regular board meetings, the board shall permit public comment regardless of whether the topic is an item on the agenda posted with notice of the meeting. Public comment shall occur at the beginning of the meeting. Individuals who wish to participate during the portion of the meeting designated for public comment shall sign up with the presiding officer of the designee before the meeting begins. As specified in board procedures on public comment, and shall indicate in the agenda item or topic on which they wish to address to the board, except as permitted by board policy BED local and board's procedures on public comment, and individuals' comments to the board shall not exceed 5 minutes per meeting when necessary for effective meeting management or to accommodate large numbers of individuals wishing to address the board. The presiding officer may adjust the public comment procedures in accordance with BED local, including establishing an overall time limit for public comment and adjusting time allotted to each speaker. However, no individual shall be given less than 1 minute to make comments. And at this time, we have Ms. Amy Kenyon wanting to address the board about ESC Region 2 board position. Ms. Kenyon?
Well, this is a lovely. I'm Amy Kennedy, and my claim to fame is I was born, raised, and adopted in Dallas, Texas, America. And I look at this board tonight with Dr. Trevino, and I'd just like to say I met Dr. Trevino once early in the year. It was quite a wonderful occasion. But on this board, you know you're old when you have students, parents of students that you work with, board members that hired you a long time ago, and then people in the community that I've known forever. I am here tonight as a representative looking to, or seeking to be a place one ESC Region 2 board member, representing those districts in place one, and Dallas ISD is one of those districts. I was a former educator here in Dallas ISD. I had experience at the elementary level as a teacher, a principal, at the secondary level as a principal, also as director of education, secondary education, and then I worked 7 years in the federal grant, Europe grant at Texas A&M Corpus Christi. So I have a wealth of experience to bring to the ESC board. This position has been open for a while, and then they had someone who they appointed to the board, and this is the first election, I believe, in 2 years for this board, and I'm seeking that position. I would just like to say, I've always obviously loved Dallas Independent School District, and I would love to represent the school district on the ESC board. I know how important it is for a service center to be able to serve their community, their school districts. And many times as a small school district, we are very dependent on them bringing in help that we would like to see. So I'm asking at this time that you would consider supporting me for this position. And I would also promise you that I will serve with integrity, I will serve faithfully, I will be at all the meetings, and if you would like me to come and visit with you about special concerns for the service center, I will certainly do that. I appreciate your time, and I would just like to say, this has been quite a night of celebration, and it's always so exciting to see the good things that kids have done. I'm probably one of the biggest advocates for Alice ISD, and I'm always talking about the good things that Alice offers. And tonight I am quite proud to still be a part of this district. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Kenyon. So we're going to move on back to item 6, special 6 for the superintendent's report. I believe we left on 6B.
Yes, sir. We'll begin this evening with presentations on the academic update. After today, we have 13 more days before the students start taking their state assessments, and we have scheduled them every Tuesday after that based on the different timelines that we have. So I'd like to invite Ms. Nedma and Ms. Garcia to the podium so they can give us an update of our students as far as academics.
Good evening once again, school board members, Dr. Trevino, audience members. Tonight I'll be presenting some benchmark data. We took benchmarks 2 weeks prior to us letting out for the spring break holiday. That was our benchmark number 2. I've got some star dates to present or to just update you with, some CCMR data, and then Ms. Garcia will talk about our 2024 graduates, and then talk a little bit about our grade 2 swimming program. So first and foremost, I would just like for you guys to know that we presented this data at our last principals meeting, and I can tell you that our principals, and they're all seated here before you, they are very, very well aware of where they stand currently at their campuses. The second that data started rolling in, principals were working on their PLCs, planning for their teachers, making sure that teachers were equipped and knew exactly where their students stood. And so I can tell you, they've been working very, very diligently. And so they're all working very hard, in other words. And from teachers on down to the students, students have been data tracking since we took benchmark number 1 back in December. And so everyone is very well aware of where they need to be to get up to that next level. So before you, this is our district math benchmark data. And you will see a couple of numbers. If you look across to that 3rd grade, the first percentage is how students performed on benchmark number 2. The number in parentheses, because 3rd grade didn't have a test last year, that's just how 3rd grade performed last year on spring of 2023.
So that 63 is how the students performed at the end of last year in 3rd grade. And right now, in March, they're already at a 61%.
Correct. Last year, we took STAR in May of last year. And then when we go to 4th grade, you're also going to notice some yellow on there. Every time you see yellow, that indicates that currently our students are performing better than their cohort in spring of 2023. So again, look at 4th grade. Currently at the approaches level, we are at 67%. In parentheses, you see 63%. So as 3rd graders, they were performing at that 63% level at the end in May of 2023. So if you take a look across 4th grade, you see lots of yellow in that math area, district-wide. Going on to 5th grade, you see that they're very close to how they were performing as 4th graders last year at the approaches level. Then looking at 6th grade, you see some more yellow, again, performing better compared to how they ended the school year in 2023 as 5th graders. And we've got our 7th graders, again, lots of yellow in that area. And then our 8th grade, again, outperforming themselves compared to last year. And then we've got our algebra 1. Sometimes you will notice a little beige that just indicates that they're performing at the same level compared to last year. And I've got it broken down for our elementary campuses by campus. And again, 3rd grade is just compared to 3rd grade data from last year at the end of the year. But then getting into our cohorts, you can see how GBOS has been progressing. And we've got our Newman data. Our science data, and our Scheller data. So then we've got the same thing for you with our reading language arts tests at the district level. I can tell you, you will see a whole lot more yellow in this area, and our campuses have been working very diligently in this area, and of course not to discount math. But even though you are seeing a little more yellow here, that doesn't mean that our campuses still aren't working very, very diligently to ensure that our students are at the level that they need to be at. And this is by campus. And my goodness, DuBose has made quite a bit of gain since our first benchmark. And so has Shelter, quite a bit of gain since our first benchmark.
I just want to impress upon the members in the audience and the members on the board, as Ms. Ledma said, I know that the principals are looking at the data daily, but we're not where we want to be even then. You know, we want to continue to move forward, so please rest assured that even though you see a lot of yellow, that means that they're growing. We want to continue to make sure that we're solid on the day of the test, right? And that their kids are confident because they have the skills needed to be successful. I know that the teachers have been in the front line every day, as well as campus administration. Central office has also been visiting and providing the support needed, but we're going to make it happen, right, team?
Absolutely.
Remember, a few months back, we stood united, letting you know that scores, we're going to move up because we were going to be very focused in on ensuring that the kids got the necessary skills needed to close those instructional gaps. We made a commitment as a team and we're going to come through.
Absolutely. Now the next couple of slides is science data, and keep in mind that science stands alone, and so there is no cohort information. So it's 5th grade, 8th grade, and then our biology data compared to spring of 2023. Again, that was taken in May of spring of 2023. And then I've got about campus as well. And then same thing for social studies. Social studies tests in grade 8, and then again in high school for U.S. history. Again, these are standalone tests.
And the 92 in U.S. history was at the end of the year. The 90 is right now.
Absolutely. Very, very close. Any questions about the data piece of our benchmark information?
I just want to add that our benchmark was taken in February, at the end of February and the beginning of March. And so we're testing in April. Someone will share that information for you, so just know that we're going to continue to work hard.
I just want to say something. So, when we first looked at these results, I know it was disappointing for some of us to see the scores, but I'm glad that it wasn't discouraging because we've seen a huge improvement, and I want to congratulate you all on that because I know it takes hard work and discipline to stick to the plan, and I've seen that across the board. And I can tell you that your efforts in teaching our children make the kids proud. So I can tell you that my 2 little boys came home proud that they met their goals because you were hands-on with them, teaching them how to reach goals, and that goes a long way. So thank you and congratulations to y'all for making big improvements.
Okay. So just some reminders about our STAR testing dates. So we are currently in TELPAS mode, the Texas English Language Proficiency Assessment System, or TELPAS for short. We have some campuses that will be testing tomorrow and throughout the rest of the week. So we're already in STAR mode currently. But for the regular tests, our RLA, that first day of April 9th, that's when our grades 3 through 8 and our English 1 testers will be testing. April 10th is English 2. April 16th will be grades 5 and 8 science and biology. The 17th, grade 8 social studies and U.S. history. And then April 23rd is grades 3 through 8 math and algebra 1. So as you can see, we are testing. And we've been in this testing preparation mode for a while now. And just a quick note at the bottom, early results will be in on May 22nd for end of course, and then May 30th for grades 3 through 8. And then just a quick note that our last day of school is May 31st. So very, very quick turnaround. So most decisions for summer school will have taken place by then, for sure.
And if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Moore, you can correct me, but when we get those early results, we're just going to get pass or fail, not if they had growth or anything like that.
That is correct. It's very similar to how it was reported last year, and so it was a little bit to decipher, but yes, it was just a yes or a no. Okay. College, career, military readiness. And I know, board members, you have heard this before, CCMR. I can tell you that the first meeting that we had with Dr. Trevino, and this is Dr. Trevino's doing from the moment that she stepped on to AISD soil, she was adamant that we needed to be better. We needed to be better. We know for a fact that our 2024 accountability will be negatively affected because of our 31% CCMR score this year. CCMR data is lagging, and so even though this happened last year, it affects us in 2024 accountability, and it's going to hit us hard. The good news is that as soon as Dr. Trevino recognized we need to do better, she organized departments, she organized just different programs, all of our organizations here at the high school, and we meet on a regular basis to ensure that students are getting tracked. And not just our seniors, but all grade levels. But today we're going to focus on our senior cohort and give you some information on them. Everybody on the team has worked very, very diligently to ensure that our kids, because our kids deserve it, our kids deserve to be counted. From Dr. Trevino to Ms. Garcia to Ms. Horta, Mr. Dixon, Dr. Kabala, Dr. Holgreen, Dr. Alma Garcia, Selena Garcia, Dr. Mendieta, and then all of our counselors at Alice High School.
I think you left out Coach Castellano.
Oh my gosh.
She's like so competitive.
So sorry, Coach. It's because I had you here, I had you as a coach. Yeah, Coach Castellano and Mr. Dixon have this thing going, they're very competitive with each other.
I'm gonna win.
Doesn't look like it, Daddy, but it's okay. It's okay. But yes, it's been what a process and what a team effort. I can assure you that every single person on this team has worked very, very hard to ensure that our kids are getting what they deserve. And so this will affect our 2025 accountability. So I know this is a little, not small, it's pretty good. This is broken down by organization or program, and then the chairperson, total number of students in each of these organizations. So it's possible that some students are counted multiple times because they belong to multiple organizations. Whether or not the students have earned a CCMR point or not, and you can tell right off the bat, athletics, girls athletics coach, he's already met his overall, or our overall district goal is 90%, that our seniors will have a CCMR point by the end of their senior year. So we're already there with our senior girls athletics. Also, again, with our homeless population. And then in fine arts, with our cheerleaders. Every single one of our cheerleaders is already CCMR ready. Overall, we currently have, and this is as of today, I looked at the CCMR tracker today, just to make sure I have the most current information. We have 180 students out of 274 that have earned a CCMR point for an overall of 66%. So, and I already know that the high school knows exactly those students, and they are, they've got, is it right, 62 more students to go to make it to that 90% goal. And they are working very, very diligently to ensure that they reach it. And we are definitely there to support them.
And again, I'd like to congratulate the team because, I mean, they drank the Kool-Aid because it's about the students. And when they started dissecting what it takes for a student to be CCMR, it was a learning curve, right? Like, what does it take? Well, once they learned it, they're really flying with it. I mean, it's the most rewarding, I think, experience when, for example, Coach Castellano shows me a text when one of his students is texting him, Coach, I just got CCMR, I got my point. Because they know he cares and they know he's going to celebrate with them. I mean, to me, that is saying that they've built some form of relationship where the student knows they care for my academics. Last Friday, right before spring break, we were at the high school about to recognize a couple of teachers for getting money from the foundation, right, getting an award. And we were all in the front. I'm talking myself, members of the audience that were there present, the high school principal, strangers to some of the children. But there was a little boy just hanging around, waiting. And he wanted to tell Dr. Kamala that he got CCMR, that he got his TSI, and she wanted to cry with him. But the fact that he didn't care who these adults were, but he wanted to share with the high school principal, I just met TSI. That means everyone is recognizing that we care for them to be ready for college. And to me, when that happens, we've arrived with those children. I'm very proud of them because they're all monitoring the kids, but at the end, the kids are monitoring themselves. They want to say, I'm CCMR ready. And so to me, it was a quick win, but at the end, the kids are winning. The community is winning because we're going to produce kids that are college, career, and military ready, and that we can showcase it. I mean, we're there, and you can sense that fabulousness, but you want to continue. There's a saying, success breeds success, because once you taste it, you want it again. And it's great that the kids are wanting it. And now it's not just me saying it, it's not just Coach saying it, it's everybody. And to me, when Ms. Orta's calling parents to say, we need your help, and we want your kid to be college and career ready, and they're like, what can I do to help? That means the community's buying in. So thank you again, you've been fabulous. But again, the work isn't done.
Good evening, everyone. Just to add to the CCMR, I know our focus is the seniors, but our juniors, our sophomores, and our freshmen are also getting their points. So although we're focusing on that group, we're not neglecting all the others. We're also encouraging all the others.
You're right, we have a little saying, we want to be proactive instead of reacting. And so right now, we're trying to catch up the seniors, but we want to be proactive with our juniors, sophomores, freshmen, because they can start earning their point as early as their freshman year.
And for an AACCMR, we need 88%, and we set our goal for 90% because we want to get as many kids as possible to be CCMR ready. So moving on to the next piece, it's an update on our 2024 graduates. So our cohort for the 2024, kids who came in as freshmen in 2020, it was 302 students. Out of those 302, right now, on track to graduate, they've met all the requirements, we have 197. So that means we still have 105 that are not on track to graduate. But rest assured that the campus is working very, very hard. We're working very hard along with them. Breaking them down by what it is that they need. Students that need to pass an end of course assessment, so they'll be testing in April. We have 8 students needing 1 EOC. We have 13 students needing 2 EOCs, 2 students needing 3, 2 students needing 4, for a total of 25. So as far as they're working, hopefully in April we pick up the majority of these, especially those 8 students that only need 1, or those 13 that need 2. So that's what we're really working hard. The campus is really trying very hard to get those kids to pass their state assessment. Seniors are in credit. That means they have not passed a class or they lost credit because of attendance. We have 20. Right now we have 3 students that are classified 9th graders. We have 8 students that are classified 10th graders. And we have 9 students that are classified 11th graders. So again, hoping through credit recovery, and I'll go over some interventions in a little bit, that we pick up those kids as well. Seniors on attendance contracts, as you know, we've struggled with attendance. However, this year it's so much better than where we've been. But we still have some kids that lack credit because of attendance, and so that's 65 students. So what are we doing for our kiddos? Those that lack attendance, or that are not right now in risking not graduating because of attendance, have attendance contracts. So what we do with that attendance contract is the campus administrators or counselors meet with the students and they sign a contract that if they're here for 30 days, that they will receive up to 4 credits. And so I know that consecutive days, they will receive up to 4 credits. So from those 65, it's possible that some, because we just ended at spring break, Dr. Flaw, one of those 30-day sessions, that some of those 65 already did make up their attendance, and so received credit for that. But we just started another contract that started today and goes through April 30th. So we'll hopefully pick up the rest of those students as well there. We also, for those kids needing EOC, we have scheduled tutoring opportunities for them, and we're in the process of scheduling the boot camps for them. So the EOC tutoring is Monday through Thursday from 4:25 to 5:25 in the library. And the way it's set up is we have content area teachers there. So we have English teachers, we have math teachers, we have science teachers, and social studies teachers available to tutor students. And also not part of the graduation, but we still want to include it because since we talked about CCMR, those kids that need to pass their TSIA also are receiving tutoring as well. And they're able to get their tutoring 4:25 to 5:25 Monday and Wednesday, or
kids that are in need of receiving credit for graduation are scheduled in to those classes. So in their schedule, it's already built in. And as we get closer also to graduation, we're going to have extended hours. We've talked about doing Saturdays, staying open till late at night, whatever it takes for our kids to go and get their credit. We're also in communication with the seniors. Our counselors are having one-to-one meetings to discuss their graduation plan, attendance, credit, SCAR, GSIA, CCMR, and tutoring. So something we want to make sure that the counselors also provide for their students is a flyer with the information that they need so that they don't just forget about it. They have something tangible that they can look at and make sure that they take care of whatever it is that they need. Also, the parent communication is very important. So they're communicating with parents, making sure that the parents are aware where their students are, and seeking the assistance of the parent to help them as well to make sure they come to school or that they stay for tutoring or whatever it is that they need. Any questions on that piece? All right, and then we're super excited with the next piece, and that is our second grade swim program. And we recognized a bunch of swimmers today, and so we're hoping these second graders will also be part of that as they get a little older. So our campuses are assigned 1 day per week, our elementary campuses, and that's for our second graders. Monday, shower, Tuesday, pose, Wednesday, Noonan, and Thursday, science. The students go for 45 minutes. I've made some trips over there, and it's so nice to see the kids smiling in the water and playing. They look so happy, like they're really enjoying that program. And so they gave them a swim test to determine what level they're at so that they can see how the kids are doing. Purple level is beginning, that's level 1 beginning. We have 95 students at that level. And so the goal there is they just want the kids to get comfortable in the water and lose fear of the water. Some of those kids that are in that level are afraid of the water. And so it's getting them to put their head underwater and to learn to float. Then the next level, we have 112, that's our yellow level. That's intermediate. The goal there is to improve skills such as keeping their head underwater for a period of time, pass all the skills tests, and possibly learn to swim as well. And then our green level, that's our advanced kids, our 64, those are our swimmers. So now we're just wanting to perfect their skills. The overall goal that this program wants to achieve is for students to know how to float and learn life-saving techniques. If they fall in the water, will they be able to save themselves, or could they save someone? So that's the goal that the program also wants to achieve. We started this program second semester, so next year we're going to start beginning of year. So we're looking forward to that, to having our kids start at the beginning of the year. That way they can all be in that green level and the advanced, and like I said, they can be part of our swim team, our Alice swim team. And in the next slide, there you go, you see some pictures of the kids. If ever you're at, what is it, 10:45 or so by the natatorium? Around that time, a little later, go to the natatorium, you'll see this, and you'll see the happy faces. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. The next items that we have, if you have any questions on safety and student services from Mr. Ruiz or from Mr. Zamora on the business update. We also have a presentation and update regarding maintenance and operations. I invite Ms. Hunter to give an update on the bond.
that you already keep that platform here for me, while we needed it. Good evening, Board of Trustees, Superintendent Dr. Trevino, and those in attendance. I'm going to really just give a brief overview of our AISD 2024 bond. As you know, of course, the Board of Trustees all approved an order to call a bond election on February the 12th, 2024, in the amount of $38 million. The next time just gives you the ballot language itself. On the ballot, for Alice Independent School District bond election for May the 4th, 2024, the voters are going to be able to vote either for or against. It's not going to be a yes or no, it's a for or against. And the proposition will be as follows: the issuance of $38 million in bonds for the school stadium facilities and the levy of taxes significant to pay the principal and interest, or of and interest on the bonds. This is a property tax increase. As you're well aware, and that the legislature puts this into the bond language, every bond that every school district has to put this language at the end. This is a property tax increase. But if you go to the next slide, our tax rate impact will have no change. Our tax rate will not increase. But we do have to put that language in there anyway. Our bond elections.
I just want to remind everyone in the audience, I think the board is aware that we can control the property values that the appraisal district places on a property. So if appraisal values go up, taxes will go up for that individual, but not because we have a new stadium or not. They would go up regardless.
Correct, regardless of whether this bond passes or not, appraisal values from your home or property can go up. Under the bond election, just early voting is going to start April 22nd through the 30th, and early voting will be from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Election day, which is May the 4th, 2024, and that's going to be from 7 to 7, and that falls, of course, on Saturday. The ballot, like I showed you earlier, will show either a for or against, and we will have 4 polling places for both the early voting and also the day of the election, which is the gyms at Science Elementary, Shallard Elementary, Newton Elementary, and the Jim Wells County Courthouse. Those will be the 4 locations that will be open for both the early and the day of the election. Just quickly, the last day to register to vote is April the 4th, 2024. It's almost 30 days before the election, so if y'all are not registered to vote, you can either go to the Jim Wells County Courthouse, or we also have deputy registrars in all of our campuses, and also central office. So parents who still need to register to vote, you can either go to any of the campuses or come by central office and we can help you out with that paperwork. It's quite simple. It's just a little small card. You can fill in all your address, name, those kind of things, and then we get that to the county office. And we will continue to do bond presentations. We have continued over at all school campuses and also the civic organizations as they are being requested. I know this week we're going to have a full schedule. We've been pretty full the whole month of March. We're going to have about, let's say, 18 presentations in March. We're going to have a couple set up for April also. So, people are requesting them. We'll be glad to go out there and get all that bond information. And then I'm going to have Superintendent Dr. Trevino kind of give you just a little overview on this preliminary draft construction schedule.
Thank you. And as well, just to add to what Ms. Hunter just said, we will continue to have or resume having tours of the stadium beginning in April, if anyone is interested in looking at the stadium facilities for themselves. So in reviewing what is the process that we could take in the completion of it, and just to avoid one season being lost if this goes through, and I'm going to be positive and confident that the voters will see a need for a new stadium for the students. If that does come into play as we anticipate, that they will make that informed decision, then we would only lose one season, looking at playing this season, a regular season, here, home games, and immediately in November, after that last game, to begin the demolition process. So they would then miss the following season on 2025, but it would be complete by May of 26 for graduation for the class of 2026. So that kind of is what it's looking like as a preliminary draft construction schedule, where they would design and bid out, and then begin immediately after the season is over this season. And then definitely meeting with ICE to ensure that, which is a company that did this evaluation of the stadium, to see what is it that we can do to ensure that we're able to, use the stadium this year. But that's kind of the draft construction schedule.
Is there any questions? We have our team here, and if you have any questions on anything that you might have on the block.
Thank you, Ms. Hunter. Any questions on the fine arts or the athletic updates? If not, thank you all so much. That concludes the superintendent's report with recognitions and presentations.
Thank you, Dr. Carino. We're going to move on to item number 7, which is the consent item. The consent agenda says all items under the consent agenda are acted upon by one motion. Upon a board member's request, any item on the consent agenda shall be moved to the action portion of the regular agenda. So at this time, do we have a motion? We have a motion by Mr. Molina. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Ciro Zamora. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. So we're going to move on to item number 8, which is the action items.
So the first action item is for consideration and possible action amending the authorized representatives for AISD tax pool investment funds. We're asking for your approval on this because we do have a new CFO, and we do need to change his name in the authorized representatives.
We have a motion by Mr. Ramon. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Pena. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 8B is consideration and possible action for the 24-25 secondary course listing guides for WAMS and Alice High School. So every year we need to prepare our course listing guides for the following school year in order for parents and students to make informed decisions as far as the courses that they would like their child to take or the pathway that the child would like to consider. And so we need to have this or bring to the table so you all can approve in order for students to start pre-registering for the upcoming school year.
We have a motion by Mr. Ramon. Is there a second? Second by Ms. Barana. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
8C is consideration and possible action of the adoption and purchasing of instructional materials. This year, the state has asked districts throughout the state to evaluate science, resources, and CTE, and the teachers and administrators have vetted these programs and have made recommendations on those that are listed.
We have a motion by Mr. Ramon. Second by Mr. Zamora. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
8D is consideration and possible action of resolution with the Educational Service Center 20 to join and participate in the Texas 20 Purchasing Cooperative Education. This motion is being brought to the table because Alice ISD is looking at going self-op for the upcoming school year as far as the cafeteria. We have had a couple of audits in the last few years dealing with the Texas Department of Agriculture, and they are recommending that we go self-op. We feel that we are prepared and want to move forward and going self-off. All the employees currently are employed with LSISD. They are making the meals. So it's a matter of understanding the process as far as where we can buy the food, because we're making it. And so we would like to team up with the Educational Service Center 20, who has experience with this, and moving forward.
We have a motion by Mr. Ramon, a second by Mr. Zamora. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
I know we recognized a lot of special education individuals today, the educational diagnosticians, but we are short in meeting all the services. So the next item is consideration of possible action for contracting counseling services between LSISD and Haley and Joe Waldrop, MALPC.
We have a motion by Ms. Paredes, second by Mr. Zamora. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item EF is also directly linked to 8D. So this is consideration and possible action for the food and nutrition position to prepare for the 24-25 school year. And so the only thing that LSISD needs is a dietitian and possibly a director. We do have the funds already in the program, because those funds can only be paid for the F&S department, and we have the funds to be able to hire these individuals so they can start preparing and evaluating the menus and the calorie counts and things like that for the upcoming school year. So we're recommending approval. Yes, sir.
So they will be hired as responsible?
Yes, sir.
We have a motion by Mr. Ramon, second by Mr. Zamora. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
The last item, 8G, is consideration and possible action to purchase sound systems for Alice High School band use. We are using Title IV grant money to purchase this equipment and looking at the needs, and in order to get quality equipment, we have the funds to do it, and we're recommending to approve this.
Motion by Mr. Ramon, second by Mr. Zamora. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. So we're going to move on to item 9, close an executive meeting or session called in accordance with the following provisions set forth in Texas Government Code 9A, pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551.074, 551.071, consultation with attorney and discussion regarding 9A1, new hires, 9A2, retirements, 9A3, resignations, 9A4, ongoing investigations. We're on 9B, pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551.074 and 551.071, consultation with attorney and discussion regarding the TASB staffing review. 9C, pursuant to the Texas Government Code Section 551.074 and 551.071, consultation with the attorney to discuss regarding recommended renewal of campus professional staff contracts for the 2024-2025 school year. 9C1, probationary contracts, 9C2, term contracts, 9C3, continuing contracts, and 9C4, non-chapter 21 contracts. So it is 8:16 p.m. and we'll be in executive session. is 10:11 p.m. and we're back from executive session. We're going to item number 11, which is the announcements and action items. Action item 11A, consider possible action on new hires. There's no new hires, so we're going to move on. 11B, consider possible action on retirements. I don't believe we had any retirements either. We're going to go on to item 11C, consider possible action on resignations.
I move that we accept the resignations as presented in closed session.
So we have a motion by Mr. Molina. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Zamora. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. So we're going to go on to item D. Consider possible action regarding ongoing investigations. There was nothing going on with that either. We don't have nothing to discuss or anything to vote for. 11E, discuss possible action regarding TASB staff review. There's no action to be taken on that also. 11F, consider possible action to approve renewed campus professional staff contracts for the 24-25 school year.
I move that we approve the recommended renewal of campus professional staff and probationary term continuing and non-chapter 21 contracts for the 24-25 school year as discussed in closed session.
We have a motion by Mr. Molina. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Ariano. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. So we're going to move on to item number 12, which is adjourned, and it is 10:13 p.m. and this meeting is adjourned.